In this video, we're going to look at how we can perform penetration tests on web applications using Burp Suite. To get started, you'll first need to download and install Burp Suite on your system. To do that, you can open up a web browser and navigate to the URL seen at the top of my screen, which is https://portswigger.net. On the main page, you can click on the Products tab and then download the corresponding edition of Burp Suite that you want to use. In this case, we're going to be working with the Burp Suite Community Edition. Once you have Burp Suite downloaded and installed, you can launch Burp Suite and you'll be met with this welcome screen. For this demonstration, we're going to create a temporary project in memory, and because we're using the Community Edition, this is the only option available to us. So on this main screen, we're going to click Next. Then we can set a custom configuration if we want to, but in this case, we're going to use the Burp defaults, and then click Start Burp. So now we have a Burp Suite project started, and we're ready to start working. To get started, we're going to click on the Proxy tab, and then on the Proxy tab, we're going to click on Open Browser, which will open up the Burp Suite browser for us. Returning back to the Burp Suite tool, we also want to make sure we click Intercept Off and turn that to Intercept On. Now we're ready to start intercepting requests that happen via the Burp Suite browser. If I return to the Burp Suite browser, we can see what kind of requests we get when we start navigating to the web application that we want to test. In this case, I have a vulnerable web application running on my local host at a port of 3000, and we can see what that looks like when I type in localhost:3000 into my URL bar in the Burp Suite browser. Now the first thing to notice is that the page actually isn't loading, and if we return to the Burp Suite application, we'll see why that is. Here we can see that because intercept is on, we've actually stopped the request from going through until we decide to forward that request on to its destination. And we can see that that request is an HTTP request going to localhost on port 3000. If we go down to the bottom, we can get more detailed information about the request, and on the right we have an inspector that can give us the request attributes, request query parameters, request body parameters, request cookies, and request headers. For now, let's click the down arrow on the forward button and select Forward All. If we return to the Burp Suite browser, we can see that the page has now started to load. Going back to the Burp Suite application, we can see that we once again have the option to forward all of these requests that we've intercepted. So for now, to see the full page load, we can turn Intercept off and return to our browser and see that now the page has loaded because our intercept has stopped blocking the packets. And this is what the vulnerable web application that I'm using looks like, which is called OWASP Juice Shop, and OWASP provides this free vulnerable web application that you can set up on your own machine as well. Now let's get started with penetration testing on this web application using Burp Suite. The first attack we're going to perform is to intercept some credentials when a user registers in this web application. To do that, I'm going to click on the Account button, and then click on Login, and this takes us to a standard account registration page. At the bottom, I'm going to click Not Yet a Customer, and here we're going to fill out a user registration form, and we're going to go ahead and fill in some values here. So the email will be test@test.com. I'm going to put in a password for the account, and then I'm going to answer a security question of your eldest sibling's middle name with test. And now I can click Register. We're not going to save that password in the browser. And now it tells me that my registration is complete. If I go back to the Burp Suite application and I click on the HTTP History tab and I scroll down to the bottom, I can see all of the packets that I've intercepted so far. So here we can start to go through and see some interesting information. If I look at this post of API security answers, by clicking on it, I can see that I can inspect the request and response information for that particular HTTP post. Looking at the request, if I scroll down to the bottom, I can see that the user ID of 22 had an answer of test to the security question ID of 1. So one thing that we can see right away is that this web application is not encrypting anything by default, and we're able to see this information in plain text. If I click on the /API/users endpoint and examine that request, By scrolling down to the bottom, I can see the email that was used, along with the password that was input for that account. And I can see the security questions as well here. So I get all the information I need to hack and access this account just by watching the requests coming to and from this web application. So by watching the requests coming to and from this application, we can perform some penetration testing just by looking at these requests. Now, in addition to having harvested the credentials of an account, we've also seen how the application creates an account. So let's try and use that to our advantage. If we right-click on this post to API/users, we can click on Send to Repeater, and then click on the Repeater tab at the top of the application. This will allow us to modify the packet or the request and send a custom request to the API and see what kind of response we get. So in the request window, I'm going to scroll down to the body of the request and change some of the values. In this case, my email is now going to be test1@test.com. The password will be password2!. We'll leave the security questions the same, but we're also going to see if we can give ourselves a different role. So I'm going to pass a common field to the body, which is the role field, and I'm going to give it a value of admin. And then I'm going to click Send. And in the response, I can see a status of success. And it looks like I have been able to create an admin level account in this application. So in this way, we've exploited a vulnerability within the application that has allowed us to get elevated privileges for an account. This is one of the best ways that we can use Burp Suite to perform penetration tests, by taking requests and modifying them to see how the server responds to those modified requests. We can get a lot of information and manipulate applications to our need. This makes Burp Suite a very powerful tool in any application tester's toolbelt.